Good evening, everyone. Notice of this meeting stating the date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. Copies of the agenda are also posted on the city's website and Linden TV for the public. This meeting is now called to order. Mr. Clerk, can you please conduct a prayer and flag salute?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God of the universe, look thou with favor upon those here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their decisions. This we ask in thy name. Amen.
In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the three doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase, out the front door, and move away from the area of the front steps. Any member of the public wishing to speak during a public comment session at the end of the meeting, please sign in on the white sheets provided at the front of the room with your name and address. Please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate. If you must take a call, please leave the council chambers to do so. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Ormond.
Here.
Javik.
Excused.
Caldwell.
Present.
Mohammed.
Present.
Rivas.
Here.
Roman.
Present.
Strano.
Here. Here.
Armstead.
Here.
Rodriguez.
Here.
Hudak.
Here.
Mrs. Yamakaitis.
Here. Okay, can we have approval of the public session minutes of November 26, 2024, please?
I move for approval of the public meeting minutes of November 26, 2024, and I ask for a second. Second.
Mrs. Ormond.
Yes.
Caldwell.
Abstain.
Mohammed.
Yes.
Rivas. Yes. Roman.
Yes.
Strano.
Yes.
Armstead.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Hudak.
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis.
Yes. Okay, at this time, I'd like to ask Mayor Armstead and Councilman John Roman to join me down at the floor.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay. I guess if you haven't heard, you're going to hear it now. Tonight is our 6th Ward Councilman John Francis Roman, his last council meeting. Now, I always say anybody who would serve in this capacity as a council person or as an elected official is to be given credit, because it is probably one of the toughest jobs in the world. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You know, you can't make everybody happy. And sometimes you try to make everybody happy, but I tell everybody, I always equate it to, you get this person a job, and the person down the street is angry because they didn't get the job. You know, it's just a crazy type of business, and it's even gotten more crazy in recent years. So anybody who throws their hat in the political ring is to be commended, and John served with distinction. He was a good councilman. He is a good councilman. He responds to his constituents. And at the end of the day, that's what determines what a good councilman is. And truth be told, he kept getting reelected, so he must have been doing something right. Okay, 70%. That's right. So if you're getting reelected, that speaks volumes for your work that you put in as a council person. John, everybody doesn't work as hard as you. I can tell you that right now. I've been doing this with council and mayor. I'm in my 30th year, and I can guarantee you, I can assure you, there's some people who don't put in the work, and you happen to be one of the people who do put in the work. So thank you for your commitment to this town, and we wish you the best in your endeavors. You seem to be doing pretty well. I see that pretty little baby girl you got over there. And incidentally, I don't know what you did. He's a changed man. But no, I think the children will change you also. Children and a nice wife, that never hurt either. Okay, so without any further ado, we have a resolution for honoring John Francis Roman for his dedicated services as a councilman of the 6th Ward, and it reads, whereas Councilman John Francis Roman will be concluding his 7th year of service as a councilman of the 6th Ward on January 1st, 2025. Whereas John Francis Roman was elected councilman in the 6th Ward in November 7, 2017, and began his service to the residents of the 6th Ward in the city of Linden on January 1st, 2018. And whereas during his tenure, John has chaired the Negotiations and Labor Relations Committee, was a member of the Fire and Parks and Recreation Committee, and served as a liaison to the Board of Health, Environmental Commission, Morris Creek Flood Control Commission, and the Special Improvement District. And whereas his dedication and commitment has benefited the citizens of the 6th Ward and those of the city of Linden. In many ways has contributed to the efficiency and the operation of Linden government and to the improving the quality of life for all Linden residents. And whereas Councilman Roman has discharged his duties with great diligence, compassion, diplomacy, and a faithful dedication to the residents of the 6th Ward and all of Linden. Now therefore it be resolved by the Mayor and Council of the City of Linden that Councilman John Francis Roman be and hereby is thanked and congratulated for his years of distinguished public service to the City of Linden. And be it further resolved that this resolution be entered into the minutes of the Council of the City of Linden, and that a copy be presented to the 6th Ward Councilman John Francis Roman in recognition of the foregoing, and signed by myself, Mayor Derek Armstead, Michelle Yamakaitis, the Council President, and the City Clerk, Joe Bodis, as attested to it. Thank you for your service.
John, we have a plaque here for you, acknowledge the dedicated service of John Francis Roman as councilman of the 6th Ward of the City of Linden. Dates of service, January 1st, 2018 to January 1st, 2024. So John, again, congratulations and best wishes on all your future endeavors.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Council President. I'll get in the middle.
Yep. For sure. Congratulations. While we're waiting for the baby to come up, I'd like to also acknowledge Mayor Jacoby from Rawway, who's here this evening. Welcome. John, you want to say something?
Yeah, please. Thank you, Council President. I wrote something. Hopefully I don't take up too much of your time. When I was 5 years old or so, my father brought me to Linden House Diner, where he did so often. I loved that circle booth in the Linden House Diner. It fit our whole family. I remember this very tall gentleman was there one time who promptly told me that I was in his seat. Turned out that was Mayor John T. Gregorio. I remember looking at him as if he had an aura about him. And that's when I first became interested in the electoral process. I later, at 12 years old, remember watching the 2000 election results and my mother telling me to go to bed, but I just refused because I wanted to stay up until there was a winner called. Growing up in St. Elizabeth's, whose steeple cast a shadow over this building, I was always a C student. I continued that way through college.
where I changed my studies into political science, and then from there, I was overnight I was an A student. And it's because I began to study what I was interested in, and thus that began my journey into this room. It's fitting that today is December 17th. 31 years ago today, my father, my brother, my sister, and I were involved in a car accident more than 5 blocks from here, where my father broke his neck and was forced to medically retire from General Motors, which had its home in the 6th Ward of Linden for nearly 100 years. I'm very proud that years later, with the help of the traffic committee, I was able to lead the charge for a 4-way stop sign at that very intersection, so that that situation that my family endured hopefully would never happen to another family. In 2012, I assisted Councilman Kalbas, not knowing his opponent, but later watching her win the seat 3 years later and flourish as one of the best constituent services councilwomen in the city. And I've been involved in every single election since then in this city. There were certainly some brutal ones, but I'm very proud to have had an impact on the city. Peyton Manning once said, when you thoroughly exhaust an experience, you can't help but to revere it. I revere my service, I revere this room, I revere the men up on that wall. I revere all those who came before me. I revere the public, so you don't have to wonder if I will miss this. I absolutely will. Reagan's small now, but as she grows up, we're going to teach her to appreciate the little things, because once you make it to the end of the journey like this, you realize those little things were actually really big things. So are some of the little things that now seem like big things at the end of my service. I'm going to miss the battles with Mayor Armstead, both policy battles and political battles. We had some good ones. He recently said to me, listen, it's politics. It's not like someone's going to Sputnik your house at night. There were some times that I wasn't totally convinced of that over the years, but I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss Emma Place. I'm going to miss Sal and Mary Jo and Renna, the Mikulaycheks, and the rest of the residents over there. I'm going to miss Diane Wilverton coming to this microphone and setting us straight every month. I'm going to miss seeing everyone at Wheeler Park every weekend. I'm going to miss the campaigns. I'm going to miss the phone calls to Bodek, Hudak, Hart, Bishop, Martinez, Buckley, Givens, Copland, Frangella. I'm going to miss the families that I grew up with: Kansky, Russo, Oldbreeze, Joey Rodriguez, Wegerneck, Vigiano, Manutza, Gunther, Bachman, Kusky, Stanch, Clark, Palazzano, Kroc, Venditto, Woolrab, Sarasek, Titoli, Bertol, Kuko, Tchaikovsky, Bornstead, Kalbas, Hudak, Hickey, Medina, who's in the house tonight, Cosby, Sheehy, Minerchenko, Laspinoso, and yes, Kaiser, the senior Kaiser. I'll miss arguing over the city, the direction of the city with Ralph Shano. I'll especially miss trying to convince him that he was wrong and that I was right. I didn't win often. During that war, he once told me in a room full, packed of people, that respect was earned and not given. Sitting here 5 years later, after he said that, I like to think that I earned his respect. To the rest of the council, I will miss you, and I applaud your service to the city. And in closing, I made a few mistakes along this journey, but those missteps made me the man I am and led me to this place. There may have been numerous people with more money than me in the campaigns, more support, a bigger Facebook presence, or simply just in a better situation than me, but there was no one who would outwork me, and that's why I sit here with no regrets today. I leave here knowing the sleepless nights, the hours of designing flyers, writing letters, mining the data, the 3 a.m. phone calls, the 20-hour days, the hundreds of calls to our dispatch and police, sorry guys, the new signage, the lights, all the improvements. It was all worthwhile because I left the 6th Ward of Linden a better place than I found it. So thank you to my family, my friends who helped me along the way, and most importantly, thank you to the residents of the 6th Ward for your support over the last 8 years. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council President.
Okay. Once again, on behalf of council, Councilman Roman, we want to wish you the best in all your future endeavors. Thank you so much for all your service. Okay, we'll now move on to ordinances on hearing, beginning with ordinance 6855, please.
An ordinance amending Chapter 16-2.5 entitled Collection of Garbage and Refuse, be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 16-2.5 entitled Collection of Garbage and Refuse shall be amended to add the following. Each single-family or residential property owner shall be entitled to 4 scheduled trash pickups per calendar year. 1 additional special trash pickup is permitted at no charge to the single-family or residential property owner. Each additional special trash pickup after 5 shall require a fee of $150 to be paid by the single-family or residential property owner. This fee must be paid prior to the special trash pickup.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to move that the hearing on ordinance number 6855 be closed, the ordinance adopted, and I'll request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6856, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $1,375,000 for various capital improvements for the Division of Transportation and Properties for and by the City of Linden, and authorizing the issuance of $1,306,250 bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move that ordinance number 6856 hearing be closed, the ordinance adopted, and I'll request a second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
yes,
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6857, please.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a schedule of titles, salary ranges, and regulations for maintaining the classification and salary standardization plan of all employees of the City of Linden, passed August 15, 1995, and approved August 16, 1995. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden that it adopts salary schedule 4-SS-1.
Okay, we have an amendment on
Yeah,
this ordinance.
Council President,
Yes.
point of order. I'd like to make a motion to amend ordinance 6857 to eliminate the position of Chief of Staff part-time and create the position of Chief of Staff, which would be full-time, and establishing the 2024 minimum and maximum and the 25 minimum and maximum salaries. The city attorney has reviewed the change and found it to be de minimis, and I request a second on the amendment.
second,
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
yes,
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing.
Wait,
we have to open the hearing
Yes, I'm going to open the hearing as on ordinance 6857 as amended. Okay, is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to move the hearing on ordinance 6857 as amended be closed and the ordinance adopted, and request a second.
second,
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
yes,
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6858, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 2, Administration, enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 2, Administration, Article 4, Department established, Section 2-12.9, auxiliary priests, shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Delete Section 2-12.9 in its entirety.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move for the hearing on ordinance 6858 be closed, the ordinance adopted, and I'll request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamikaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6859, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-10, parking prohibited at all times on certain streets shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 7, Traffic, 7-10, parking prohibited at all times on certain streets. Add East Linden Avenue, north side, location beginning at a point 1,580 feet southwest of Park Avenue to a point 235 feet southwesterly therefrom.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been
No,
received?
ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I would like to move that we close the hearing on ordinance 68-59, adopt it, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamikaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6860, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-15.1, parking decals shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 7, Traffic, 7-15, parking by permit only in designated residential areas, 7-15.1, parking details, 7-15.1.K. The following streets are affected from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Monday through Friday, not including weekends and legal holidays. Add Arudo Street, west side from St. George's Avenue, location West Gibbon Street.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move we close the hearing on ordinance 6860, adopt it, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamikaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 5861, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 7, Traffic, 7-33, handicap parking regulations, 7-33.11A, handicap parking on the street. Delete 42 East Morris Avenue, one spot. Add 119 East Henry Street, one spot. 1524 Windens Avenue, one spot. 40 West 12th Street, one spot. 12 East Stimson Avenue, one spot. 933 Baldwin Avenue, one spot. 1515 Windens Avenue, one spot. 1210 McCandless Street, 1 spot. 412 Loretta Street, 1 spot.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move we close the hearing on ordinance 5861, adopt it, and ask for a second, please.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6862, please.
An ordinance of the City of Linden authorizing the termination and release of a sewer easement over and across certain properties located on Tremley Point Road.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to move that the hearing on ordinance number 6862 be closed, the ordinance adopted, and I'll request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to consent agenda items. All items listed with asterisks are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted with one motion. Okay, we have items number 1 through 4. Okay, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move we accept consent agenda items 1 through 4 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to reports from members of the governing body, beginning with Councilwoman Ormond in the first ward, please.
Thank you, Council President. I'm going to start off with our budget review and finance. Approval is requested for the following finance actions. The payment of bills totaling $2,295,296.41. Bills have been signed by the mayor, council president, and the finance chairwoman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the clerk's office. We are in receipt of investments made by the city treasurer for the month of November at the rate of 3.96%. I move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakitis?
Yes.
Okay, the Division of Transportation and Properties. I hereby submit the monthly financial report from the Division of Transportation and Parking for the month of November 2024. This report includes the collection of on- and off-street parking meters, railroad parking lots, railroad parking permits, and merchant parking permits. Trenton side collections, $1,640. New York side collections, $1,370. Railroad credit card transactions, $25,817.59. Railroad permits, 0. Railroad mobile payment parking, $14,808. Online railroad permits, 0. Parking meter collections, $8,592.40, and 0 for merchant permits. The grand total, $52,227.99, submitted by Tyrone Gibbons, the traffic maintenance supervisor. Okay, I'd like to just start with my basic ward report. First of all, I'd like to wish John Francis Roman best wishes in his future endeavors, and to thank him for his dedicated years of service to the 6th Ward. Also, the Linden Heritage and Cultural Committee hosted the tree lighting this year in conjunction with the mayor, town council, and the Department of Parks and Recreation. We'd like to thank Mr. Keith Pressey for his dedication and for everything that he did to make it a success. We'd also like to thank the horse and carriage company, the train company. It made it extra special for the children. The Magicals and the dance troupe from Linden High School performed flawlessly, and it's always wonderful to see the children out there participating in this event, and it was freezing cold, so a special thank you to them. Our ROTC kids never disappoint. They're always out there with the colors. Anytime we ask, they're there to volunteer. Not only, with, like I said, with the flag, but volunteering to make sure that things ran smoothly. So we thank Commander for allowing us to use his children to get the community services. A special thank you to Volani Bus Company. My goodness, what a treat that was to see that beautiful bus out there, completely decorated, blowing snow. It was definitely a treat. The city of Linden has a wonderful and a very close relationship with them, so we thank Courtney and crew and the whole entire Volani Bus Company for such a spectacular contribution to our tree lighting ceremony. Our annual holiday decorating contest is going on. Effective immediately until the 21st, keep your lights on. Let's light it up, shine a light on it. We are going to be out judging houses. First of all, every council person is going to pick 3 houses, 3 of the top houses that just absolutely stand out. We're going to have judges that will judge from those 3, and on the 28th, the winners will be announced, and gift cards will be sent to each one of our winners. And let me tell you, some of the houses are just absolutely spectacular. In our ward, water main work is still going on, and weather permitting, they will be doing repairs to the lawn and to the sidewalks. We're going to address it. There's gravel, there's asphalt sidewalk repairs. We're not happy, but once the weather breaks, we will go ahead and make sure that everyone's property is brought back to its beautiful state. You'll notice that throughout our SID area and downtown, our parking meters are covered. During this holiday season, it's also to encourage you to come and shop our merchants. You don't have to pay to park. And it's just our way of just wishing the residents and their shoppers a very happy holiday. And if you get a chance, please drive down Wood Avenue at night because it is lit. It is so pretty, the white lights, the decorations, along with our Hometown Hero banners that are still out there. It's absolutely beautiful. This month we have 3 holidays to celebrate: Hanukkah, Christmas, and Kwanzaa. So I want to wish everybody a wonderful and happy holiday. Just remember there are porch pirates out there. If you're expecting a package, please track it or ask your neighbor to be on the lookout for it. Get a signature if you can. You know, make it mandatory that you have to sign for it. But let's look out for one another because the porch pirates, they're just out there, more so than they've ever been before. Another tip, large ticket items that come in boxes, your 85-inch color television that you're getting, break that box up, fold it into little pieces and stuff it in there. Please don't just leave it outside because you're letting the whole world know that you just got this big 85-inch television. They'll come and they'll break into your house. So we just want to be extra careful. Lock your cars and please bring your packages in right away. Let's just continue to celebrate and have a wonderful, joyous, safe, and happy holiday. And I will see all of you next year. That ends my report, Council President.
Thank you, Councilwoman Ormond. Councilwoman Caldwell?
Thank you, Council President. As the Chair of IT, I just want to give you some website security updates. There have been hacking attempts. However, IT has observed an increase on the website with hacking attempts compared to previous month. This trend is typically during the holiday season due to heightened online activity. The city IT teams, including both in-house staff and external vendors, are performing effectively. No significant challenges have been reported from the city of Linden or the fire department. And as for cybersecurity training, the city team members are actively completing their assigned cybersecurity coursework on time. Additionally, they are successfully passing their phishing simulation exercises. As the Chair of Social Services, there is a winter termination program and a utility assistance program, which are available through the DCA website. It's https://nj.gov/DCA/DHCR/offices/winter termination.SHTML. The Social Services is also assisting residents in applying for these programs in person during business hours. Additionally, they're helping residents with food assistance and housing assistance. You can contact that office at 908-474-8620. And they also have assistance for the Energy Assistance Program, and you can find that online as well at https://www.newjersey.gov/DCA/offices/energy.SHTML. And I'm going to read the code and construction report for Councilman Javits. For the month of November, the financial summary is the total permits are $234,878. Total zoning permits is $1,250 with a grand total of $236,128. Hello, neighbors. Happy holidays from me and my family to you and yours. I wanted to take a moment to thank all of you for your heartfelt text messages, calls I received following the loss of my Aunt Janine Judah and my Uncle Kenny Buell. Your kindness and empathy mean so much to me. Please take time to hug your loved ones, be kind to one another, and you never know how much these moments matter. I would like to share some updates with you. Some of my constituents were informing me that the lights behind Two Tonys in the ABC parking lot, the lights were out. Well, the lights are on, so it's no longer dark. So if you have any problems with your lights, always reach out to me, because that's a quality of life issue, and we want to make sure everyone is safe. To the neighbors at 10 Northwood Avenue, I want to let you know that we're actively investigating the recent movement of the bus stop. It appears that there was a discussion between New Jersey Transit and the developer, but unfortunately, the city was not included in that decision. I'm working on gathering more information, and I will update you as soon as I can. And as far as the drones, when I find out something, you'll know something. I know people have been asking me questions. Looking ahead, we're going to be planning a community meeting in March of 2025. I will give you that exact date in January. I hope you'll join to discuss our ongoing and upcoming initiatives for our neighborhood. And finally, I want to take a moment to recognize Councilman Roman as he prepares for his next chapter of his life. Councilman, you have worked tirelessly for the 6th Ward. Although our working relationship didn't start off on the best note, I can now say it has been an honor to get to know you. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. As always, neighbors, I'm here for you. If you need me, feel free to call me, text me, 908-531-0676, or email me at mcaldwell@linden-newjersey.gov. Wishing you a joyful holiday season and a healthy, prosperous new year. Remember that Councilwoman Caldwell always follows up and follows through. That concludes my report, Council
Thank you,
President.
Councilwoman. Before I move on to Councilman Mohammed, I just want to extend holiday wishes, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and Happy New Year from Councilman Javits. He's not feeling well this evening, but he wanted me to extend that to everyone in 2nd Ward in the city of Linden. Okay, Councilman Mohammed?
Thank you, Council President. I too want to extend happy holidays to all and a great New Year's. We have had a great cooperation from the Department of Public Works in cleanups and collecting the leaves. I believe most of the work with the water department has concluded, so that would make it much easier for us. Be careful. I was just speaking with the fire chief. The month of December is a month of large numbers of fires taking place, so be very cautious with your Christmas tree, be cautious with your wiring and everything. And another, I got a good piece of news for you porch bandits. The police chief just informed me that, in fact, it is now an indictable crime, which means a substantial jail time. If it doesn't belong to you, don't take it. You will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I myself have been a victim of porch bandits. Someone stole my robes. I said, man, is that nothing to do? I guess they saw a big box. They stole it. But God bless you. God bless the city of Linden. And I wish you all a happy New Year's. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Mohammed. Councilman Rivas.
Thank you, Madam President. To our constituents in the 5th Ward and in the city, I also like to echo the best wishes from my council colleagues and from everybody in the city for a healthy, safe, and blessed holiday season. Let's be careful out there. There's a lot of things happening, like everybody else is mentioning out there, but the most important part of living in a city that cares about each other is just to be looking out for each other. We're great. We're a great city. Believe it or not, we're a great city. There are many things that are happening out there around the world that, compared to the things that happen to a city, it makes us look like nothing's happening here. We have great employees. We have great organizations in the city that look over for all of us. And for all of them, would like to say on behalf of my family and myself and everybody and my neighbors, thank you. My report is short. I just want to make sure that everybody understand that this is a time when you are to embrace and understand that your loved ones are the most beautiful treasure that we all have. Be with them, enjoy these celebrations with them, and God bless you all. That's all my report for this time.
Thank you,
My pleasure.
Councilman Rivas. Councilman Strano.
Thank you, Council President. Somewhere I have the personnel report. Got it. So, it's a little bit lengthy, so bear with me, please. Number one, the Office of the Clerk is approving the title change for Paula Salerno to Administrative Secretary at the annual salary of $75,000, which will be effective December 18th of 2024. B is approving the salary adjustment for Jasmine Steele, Clerk 2, with the annual salary of $61,132, effective December 31st of 2024. In our police department, A is approving a title change for Gina Campione to Clerk 3 at the annual salary of $71,743, effective December 31st, 2024. B is approving the title change for Melissa Stanley to Clerk 2 at the annual salary of $45,242, effective December 31st of 2024. C is approving a title change for Rose Nevis to Clerk 2 at the annual salary of $48,000, effective December 18th, 2024. D is approving for the posting for a Clerk 1 full-time at the salary range of $37,298 to $64,807. E is approving the salary adjustment for Brittany Carson, Clerk 1, with an annual salary of $42,799, effective December 31st of 2024. In the Office of the Treasury is approving a salary adjustment for Stacy Karen, our tax collector, with the annual salary of $126,481, effective December 31st, 2024. B is approving a salary adjustment for Jessica Slawinski, our purchasing agent, with an annual salary of $90,800, effective December 31st of 2024. C is approving a title change for Laura Lee Wade to Clerk 2 at the annual salary of $46,298, effective December 31st of 2024. D is the appointment of Olivia Figueroa as a student intern at the rate of $17 per hour, not to exceed 25 hours per week, from December 18th of 2024 to February 1st of 2025. In the Tax Assessor's Office, A is approving a title change for Tanisha Bailey to a Clerk 2 at the annual salary of $43,592. 5 is the Municipal Court approving the appointment of Earl Lewis Jr., court attendant, part-time at the annual rate of $20 per hour, effective December 18th of 2024. Mr. Lewis is granted a residency waiver. And B is approving the amended start date of Jayla Harris, Clerk 1, for full-time, December 16th of 2024. 6, in the Department of Community Services, approving the appointment of Rashawn Harvard as a laborer Tier 2, full-time at the annual rate of $19.32 per hour, effective December 9th of 2024, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. B is approving the rescission of employment for Rashawn Richardson as a laborer effective November 26th of 2024. 7, in the Fire Department, is A, approving the appointment of Kimberly Sasser, Clerk 2, full-time at the annual salary of $50,000, effective December 31st, 2024, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. 8, in the Office of the Mayor, approving a salary adjustment for Lamari Cintron, Clerk 1, with the annual salary of $54,801 effective December 31st, 2024. B is approving the salary adjustment for Leanne White, confidential assistant, with the annual salary of $60,675 effective December 31st of 2024. C is approving the transfer of Tyra Chapman to the Office of the Mayor as the Chief of Staff as Department Head, full-time at the annual salary of $72,000. And D is approving the appointment of Natasha Clark, a Business Administrator, full-time at the salary of $110,000 effective December 31st, 2024, with no pay and an effective start date of January 6th of 2025. Subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirement, Mrs. Clark is granted a residency waiver. E is approving the appointment of John Watkins as the municipal housing liaison at an annual stipend of $3,000 effective December 18th of 2024. 9, in the Office of Construction Code, approving the appointment of James Kushner, a Construction Code Enforcement Officer, part-time, to manage the backflow prevention program at the annual rate of $27 an hour, and it's not to exceed 19 and a half hours per week. 10, in the Board of Health, approving the title change for Heather Grillo to Clerk 2 at the annual salary of $43,592 effective December 31st of 2024. B is approving the amended start date of David Amilcar, Housing Inspector, full-time, to December 16th of 2024. C is approving the salary adjustment for Antoinette Pino, Infectious Disease Prevention Generalist, with a new salary of $52,321 effective December 31st of 2024. D is approving the salary adjustment for Kimberly Ulisi, Infectious Disease Prevention Generalist, with the new salary of $52,231 effective December 31st of 2024. 11, in the Personnel Division, is approving an FMLA NJFLA that's on file with the division. B is approving the attached 2024 vacation carryover to be utilized no later than March 31st of 2024. C is approving a salary adjustment for Deidre Mason, Esquire, with the annual salary of $83,800 effective December 31st of 2024. D is approving the salary adjustment for Edward Cooper, Esquire, with the annual salary of $38,000 effective December 31st of 24. E is approving a salary adjustment for Tracy Cosby, Esquire, with an annual salary of $83,800 effective December 31st of 2024. And F is approving the salary adjustment for April Balknight, Esquire, with the annual salary of $61,300 effective December 31st of 2024. I move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed? Yes. Rivas? Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Just have a short little blurb here for my council report regarding the tree lighting. It really was pretty fantastic, even though it was a little chilly. But if I don't do this, I'll be in big trouble. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the unsung heroes, namely my wife and the Cultural and Heritage Committee. These people volunteer countless hours, of which I can attest firsthand. Hot chocolate, pretzels, and bicycles just don't fall out of the sky. My heartfelt personal thank you to all those members of that committee. And on that note, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and a healthy and prosperous New Year, and a happy Festivus for the rest of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Armstead.
Yes, thank you, Council President. First, I wanted to start off with the Board of Health report to the City Council. Okay, COVID activity remains low among all age groups, which is really good. Flu activity remains low, except, it is rising just a small amount, and these are for people that are 65 and older. RSV activity is moderate. There continues to be increase in the percent positivity. ER departments visit with RSV diagnosis and hospital admissions, especially among children 0 to 4 of age. Okay. Always, the Board of Health urges everyone to observe standard precautions during cold and flu season. Stay home, see your doctors. Also, we have the opioid treatment booklets are provided to the first aid squad. Okay, as far as 8th Ward, things are going pretty smooth in the 8th Ward. We do have our roads that are due to be paved. They're going to be paved when the weather breaks. I'm piggybacking off Councilman Ormond as well on that one. Chandler Avenue and East Baltimore Avenue will be finished when the weather breaks. We have a few issues in the community as far as the porch pirates, which I'm pretty sure everybody knows about. They're around and they're getting people's gifts. And I would like to say this: if you have a car and you leave something in your car, lock your doors. Just about a week and a half ago, on my block, somebody just walked past somebody's car, opened up the door, and took their laptop out. That's because your door wasn't locked, and it happened so fast, it can happen at the blink of an eye. Ben, that's basically it on the report, but I'd also like to say, anybody who would like to get in contact with me, you can contact me at marmstead@linden-newjersey.gov, or you can call me at area code 908-463-8986. I prefer phone calls. I will take email messages, but I prefer phone calls. And I will reiterate this one more time. I will always call back. But that's all I have for the 8th Ward today. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Rodriguez.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening. I am pleased to report that in November 2024, our Fire Prevention Bureau collected $5,804.55, and the Linden Fire Department ambulance billing reached $78,484.26, contributing to the year total to $1,02,531.14. These achievements reflect the dedication of our team to our community safety. I also want to express my gratitude to Mr. Roman for his outstanding service in Linden. Although I haven't known you for long, your dedication has set a high standard. You will be missed, and I wish you and your family the best in your future endeavors. As holiday season approaches, I wish everyone a happy holiday and a joyful New Year's. Enjoy this special time with your loved ones. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Hudak.
I'd like to thank everyone who attended our community meeting, and there was a productive discussion. And as the designs are being formulated for our parks, I will communicate that information with everyone. Also, I encourage everyone to look at your utility bills a little closer and see if there's any discrepancies. And I've been asked if Santa is real, and I'm here to tell you he is. He is real in the sense of Santa inspires us to be giving and to be caring. And to believe in Santa is to realize the greatest opulence and gift is simply a thank you. So thank you to all who are serving this great nation, have served under the American flag, our family and friends for their love and their kindness. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay. I have a report this evening. I'd like to start off first with acknowledging our SID and our Linden Cultural and Heritage Committee for the tree lighting. I've been receiving numerous phone calls about how beautiful Wood Avenue looks with the lighting. So it looks great. Thank you. Councilwoman Ormond had acknowledged many of the performers, but I believe she missed one. It was our marching band under the direction of Anthony Spano. They're starting out new. This is the first year they have 8th graders joining the band, so they're struggling a little bit, so we want to give them kudos for coming out in that cold also. I'd like to also take this opportunity to congratulate OEM Deputy Coordinator Joseph Digliano receiving a Lifetime of Service Award in OEM at the New Jersey OEM Association Annual Holiday Party. Joe Stigliano has dedicated many years to the City of Linden and OEM operations. This is a well-deserved honor. Congratulations, Joe. Also, congratulations to our parking enforcement officer, Gail Horvadak, who was recently recognized as a traffic safety hero by the AAA Northeast in her role as a parking enforcement supervisor. She has been a leader in efforts to improve traffic safety, particularly pedestrian safety throughout the city of Linden. Okay, the mayor's going to mention about the breakfast of Santa. I was told to remind you, Mayor, and make sure you don't miss that. Okay. Also, I want to make mention the city of Linden is going back to the state health benefits program starting in January as a significant cost savings in the upcoming budget. There are deadlines to be met. I would like to take this time to acknowledge our personnel division, Jessica Sheehy and Mindy Kuzniak, who have been working endless hours answering phone calls, assisting employees and retirees in navigating the state system. People are getting locked out of the state system, so of course they're getting very nervous, like I won't have benefits for January. They have been working many hours this past month assisting them, so I want to say thank you to them. You know, many of our seniors don't have access to a computer, so they've been having them come in, working with them, so thank you. I'd like to also acknowledge Councilman Roman for his service as a councilman in the 6th Ward. As the mayor said, he answered his constituents. He was elected time and time again. Whoever fills this seat is going to have some big shoes to fill. So I wish him and his family the best in their future endeavors. Okay, and just want to wish happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. They're the same night this year. Hanukkah begins December 25th also. Happy Kwanzaa and a very happy New Year to everyone. Okay, Mayor, you're on.
Yes, thank you, Council President. My report will be very brief. First of all, I just want to wish everyone a happy holiday, happy whether it's Hanukkah or whether it's Christmas or Kwanzaa, however you celebrate. I just want to wish you all a happy. The other thing I'd like to do is congratulate the Special Improvement District and the Linden Cultural Heritage Committee. Just reiterate the point that some of my other colleagues made, what a great job they did this year. It was definitely a different type of event. I'd like to thank Courtney Villani of the Villani Bus Company for her efforts to make our tree lighting ceremony a tremendous success. I'd like to thank all my council members for working so hard this year to see to it that we have a safe city. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to announce that we're having what we call a Party with a Purpose toy drive, and that will be tomorrow night. It's going to be hosted by Hot 97's DJ Drewski. It will be at the Applebee's Bar at 671 West Edgar Road. The admission for the event will be you must bring a toy or a gift card that is valued at $10. There is a cash bar, and all the toys that are collected will be given out at our breakfast with Santa that we have every year, and I believe that's this Saturday, right, Michelle? Mm-hmm. And what time does that start?
8 a.m. to, I believe it's 11:30. I had the flyer right here. Yes.
8 a.m. to 11:30. Okay, that's this Saturday coming up. Mm-hmm. Again, and any toys that are left over will be giving to the Marine Corps Toys for Tots Drive. So again, this is a worthwhile cause. Please come out if you have an opportunity to donate a toy. And remember that there are a lot of children who are not that fortunate, and we see to it, we at least try to see to it, that they have joy on Christmas morning. Thank you so much, and once again, happy holiday for everyone. Oh, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this also. I want to wish John Francis Roman, Councilman of the 6th Ward, the best. We often didn't agree on a lot of things, but I will say this. He was a good councilman. He answered his constituents. He responded adequately. And again, like I said, proof was in the pudding because they reelected him.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, we'll now move on to resolutions. This evening, we have resolutions 2024-466 through 2024-491. Can we have a motion, please?
Madam President, I'm moving for approval of resolution 2024-466 to 2024-481. I respectfully ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond? Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we have no ordinances on first reading this evening, so we'll move on to comments from members of the public in attendance on city business only. No personal, political, or derogatory comments, please. Not to exceed 3 minutes. Okay, we'll start with Craig Halloran.
No.
Oh.
This is public. You-
Craig Halloran, 120 Donaldson Place. First of all, I want to wish everybody in Linden, not just the people present here tonight, happy and healthy holiday, whichever one applies. One of my comments is I brought up last night was about parking. So maybe we can get the traffic division of the police department to start going through different streets and looking at the parking situation. I know it's a big job. I'm not saying it isn't. And I certainly don't expect it done by the first week of the year. No, it's a long job, and I do wish that they, because it doesn't just affect me, it doesn't just affect people I know, it affects everybody. Another way to deal with the parking is take a moment and slow down on some of the development, especially of the larger apartment buildings or condo buildings that are going up. These are going to do nothing more than add a lot of cars to our streets. And, we all travel the streets. We all know that they get crowded, and there are certain reasons why some of them are more crowded than others. But again, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not against development, but let's sit back and say, hey, how are we going to do this? How does it affect our residents, our taxpayers? Okay? We're all in this for one reason, because we want to make Linden the best town, the best city in the state of New Jersey. And that's what we're all here for. That's why one of many reasons why I attend meetings the way I do. So please, again, I wish everybody a happy and healthy holiday, and take my comments as ideas, because we want this to be the best city that it can be. One of the things I think about is I know that there are some thoughts of removing the airport and doing some development there. I don't know what that's all about. I know that it's certainly an idea, but again, all of these ideas for development affect everybody in our great city. Thank you very much. And again, have a great holiday season, everyone.
You too, Mr. Adler. Okay, Darrell Sadler. Okay. Please just state your name and address again for the clerk.
Yes, ma'am. Darrell Sadler, Parkland Condominiums on 104 East Elizabeth. Good evening, everyone, and happy holidays, so I won't forget that. I'm actually a little ashamed to say, out of almost 11 years of living here, this is like my third time at a town hall meeting. So forgive me for that. I will do better. And want to thank you all for your service to the community, everybody. My third ward councilwoman, Miss Monica. But I have two questions, and I probably can find these answers out on the website, but I have yet to figure out how to navigate all that. But the question that I have, so in Parkland condominiums, we have 96 units there, and I'm okay with the trash pickup. I'm okay, but the recycling is. My question is it routine throughout the city that paper and cardboard is only picked up once a week, and then glass and bottles the opposite week? Because they picked up bottles and glass yesterday, but our cardboard is already overflowing. and it's really bad because, you know, it's just a bad eyesore. The person who cleans up in our homeowners association, they have to spend a lot of hours trying to, you know, some of that's our fault because people don't break down their boxes. Somebody was saying about breaking down boxes, but for the most part, it's even with the bottles and everything, it's full when they come to pick up one side. So I just wonder, because you know, one reason, I guess what really forced me out there, because my taxes keep going up, and I know what we all pay. That's my neighbor. She can attest to what I'm saying. She lives in 102. I live in 104, but it's just not enough. So I want to know, is that a rule, or can we get the recycling picked up equally? And the second question is, because I've had it happen to me last night on Wood Avenue, and I have a neighbor that does it. Leash laws. Is there a leash law in Linden? It is. That's my thought. I just don't know. Because last night was a pit bull, and my neighbor has a pit bull, and neither have them on leash. So my brother was bit by a pit bull last year in North Carolina. So I just wanted to know that. But if someone can answer that about the recycling, I don't know if that would be time.
Councilor Straddle, do you want?
Well,
Councilor Straddle's chair of that.
I chair the Department of Community Services. I'm not 100% familiar. I'll be speaking incorrectly if I give you what the status is at your particular address, because you said it's a condominium. I'm more familiar with residential.
Right.
If there's anybody that has more specific information, is there? Our city department head is Nick Pantina. He might be able to elaborate a lot better on this.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, sir.
We understand your patience and stress, but if you do go onto the website and check out Public Works, and I don't know the number offhand because I just know cell phones, you could call up in the morning and you could get a special pickup, I'm sure, or arrange something. I know we just passed something on ordinance for single family and single residential properties, for special pickups and rules and payments after that. But if you talk to Dave Martinez, he's the Assistant Superintendent of Public Works, and he could answer all your questions. He'll be there tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Can I just elaborate a little bit more on this?
Yes, sir.
Right down the street from where you live, I mean, it's I know it's not convenient, but there's a recycle center right on Donaldson Place.
Okay.
And if you're in this, especially this time of year, you might be inundated because it's the holiday season. You could bring cardboard, you could bring your recyclables, your both, you know, your commingled, and even your TV sets, you know, the old TVs that you want to dispose of. So that's available. Fortunately, it's only till 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday, but it's also there on Saturdays. It's open on Saturday till 2. So that might help. Takes a little bit of effort, but like the department head said, if it gets to be a problem, we could always make a phone call and we could help alleviate the problem with a special.
But that's good to know. I can pass that along to our property managers, and maybe they can send an announcement to let people know, because this is not just recent. This has been going on for a while, and several months ago at our homeowners meeting, I brought it up, and they said, you need to talk to the city about that. So that's why I said, well, I'll have to do that.
It's one avenue of relief.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Joe, you want to follow?
Okay, got you. So in all this, everything's on the website, what you just told me, and
Yes.
everything? Okay,
Yes, so
sounds
please
good.
give them the information about the recycling center as well.
That sounds good.
Very
Thank
helpful.
y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Okay, John Kazor? Okay. Can I have a motion to close the public comment portion of the meeting, please? Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, comments from members of the governing body? Does anyone from the dais wish to make a comment? Councilman Strano? Let's start with you.
Thank you. I just want to wish John Roman well as a very bright, intelligent young man, and I know he'll go far. And, you know, like I said earlier, actually I said last meeting, you know, I'll miss having him next to me now. And good luck, John, and I know you'll do well.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Caldwell.
I want to thank all the city employees for everything that you do. Without you, there's no us. We would not be successful. I want to thank Chief Hart's Police Department for being an escort for my aunt on the day of her funeral. I appreciate that. And thank you again to the city employees. Thank you for everything you do. We appreciate you. Well,
Thank you.
I know I do.
Hey, Councilman Mohammed?
Yes, President, Director of Park and Recreation, will be at School 5 on Thursday, and I will be there with him for him to lay out the plan for the park.
Your mic's not on. Your microphone.
Yeah, I thought my voice was strong enough to project without a mic. Well,
What's that date, Councilman?
it's Thursday.
Thursday, December
December
19th,
19th.
School
At
5,
School 5, yes.
6 p.m. for, to go over the park review for the 4th Ward. Okay, everyone's invited from the 4th Ward. Okay? Okay, thank you. Okay, is anyone else? Okay, I just want to take this opportunity to wish our deputy clerk here a happy birthday. It's her birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Jen. Okay, and also, if anyone from the public needs to contact any information on the 6th Ward or assistance, you can reach out to me. My number is 908-494-0880, or anyone citywide if you have an issue. Okay? The next council meetings will be as follows. Council conference meeting before the council meeting, Tuesday, January 7th at 6 p.m. in the council conference room, City Hall. Council organization meeting, Tuesday, January 7th at 7 p.m. in the council meeting room, City Hall. These meetings are to be held in person. Can we have a motion to adjourn, please?
Council President, I make a motion to adjourn and ask for a second, please.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Caldwell? Yes. Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.